Welcome to a live episode of Spurs in Focus right here on YouTube, iTunes, Spotify. Pick a platform. We are there. You want to go subscribe ASAP. And thank you for making Spurs in Focus your first and only spot for all things San Antonio Spurs. Ignore the rest. Unsubscribe to those other shows. Subscribe here and only to Spurs in Focus. My name is Jeff Garcia, a longtime Spurs writer in San Antonio. By the way, I got a Substack, completely free. Spurs in Focus Substack. Go sign up right now. Hit subscribe. You're a part of the crew. The guy next to me, you know him. Mr. Rudy Campos of The Sports Answer. You have a sports question. He and Derek Gervin have The Sports Answer. I was just a guest on his show. What about 10 minutes ago, 15 minutes ago?
Yeah.
Here we are.
Talking double duty, man.
Double duty. Right, exactly. You want to follow Rudy on X at The Sports Answer. What are we talking about today? Perhaps, look, it's the doldrums of the NBA offseason, Spurs offseason. Really not much going on. But there was something that popped up recently, and that's Dylan Harper's thoughts on coming off the bench for the immediate future. We're going to talk about that. What did he have to say? Is that the right plan for now? What happens if he's just too good to be on the bench? We're going to get into all that. The ripple effect. Should the Spurs pull the plug right now and get him in there ASAP? Then catch up with some Spurs news. A former Spur is calling it a career. Who was that? And subscriptions to watch local NBA/Spurs games. This is a mess. Y'all probably not going to like who is the leading candidate to host local Spurs games next season. More on that later. And your comments. If you have a comment, leave it in the comment section. Rudy will react to them and read them and later on the show. And Rudy, you want to tell them about the super chats?
Yeah, so with Spurs in Focus Live, you have the opportunity to drop a super chat. What is a super chat? Basically, think of it as a tip. And what the tip does is, it goes to Jeff and myself. But more so ever, it actually helps us keep the channel alive. It helps us be able to give giveaways back. We've given T-shirts, tactical backpacks. We've given a lot away, a lot of stuff already away. So who knows, as much as you guys are generous, be sure to tip and we'll be giving right back to you out there. So appreciate all the help and all the tips that you guys have sent so far.
Absolutely. Let's go ahead and dive right into it. Let's start off with Dylan Harper. Now, he did an interview with RG.org, and he was asked in this interview, hey, what about you continuing to come off the bench? We're bringing this up because that's been kind of a hot topic, but a topic, considering he had a tremendous rookie season. Heck, if it wasn't for him, perhaps the Spurs get swept in the NBA Finals. I mean, he upped his game. He was the most consistent Spur in the NBA Finals. More and more, his star is rising. But Rudy, I want to share what he had to say about coming off the bench for the near future. See if I did this right, Rudy. Hey, I did it right, Rudy. Hey, look at that. Baby steps here. All right. He says, if you can see on your screen, he says, we're again reacting to whether he feels he should be a starter or not. He says, no. He goes, I feel like regardless, I am in the NBA. There is only 450 people in the NBA, and I get a chance to go on the court and play with the best of the best. I feel like those kind of things and those logistics at the end of the day, in the big scheme of things, it is not going to affect me how I approach every day. That is Dylan Harper via rg.org. I'm going to leave it up there for everybody to see there for a while. Rudy, your reaction, at least for now, he is saying, fine, keep me on the bench. What do you think?
I love the reaction. I love that he's able to dispel a lot of this hatred and stuff for De'Aaron Fox as the starter. He understands, he was a rookie last season. He was going to be coming off of the bench. He also understands that he still has a lot to learn, Jeff. I mean, he's coming off a phenomenal NBA Finals run and a really good rookie season where in any other year, if he's on any other team in the NBA, 28 other teams, he's probably rookie of the year. That's how good he is. So I get it, and I love the fact that he's talking about it. He understands that right now he's a bench guy. He's coming off the bench, but he doesn't look at it as a bench guy. He looks at it as he's still helping the San Antonio Spurs in any way possible, even if it's coming up 6th, 7th off the bench or whatever. It didn't matter. He understands that he's going to get his opportunity to start very, very soon. Could it be this season, maybe towards the end of the season? Maybe so. Could they maybe do a De'Aaron Fox and Dylan Harper backcourt eventually? Maybe Stephon Castle gets a night off. I can definitely see that happen. Comes from a background where his dad, Ron Harper, one of the best, two-way players in the
Yeah.
game. I'm sure Ron's in his ear and telling him your time's going to come. Just keep putting in the work, keep
Yeah.
putting in the work. And that's all he's doing. He's a very smart kid, very intelligent, very humble kid. So doesn't surprise me that he, at the end of the day, says, you know what? I'm going to get my playing time. I'm blessed to be a part of the NBA. I'm just going to roll with the punches right now. And if I got to come off the bench, I'm coming off the bench.
Yeah. And Rudy, that is okay for now, but his star is rising and it's rising
Mm-hmm.
fast. His rookie season, all NBA rookie team, first team. I got some numbers here I'll share with you in a bit, putting up some good numbers.
Yeah.
And, before we continue here, I just want to, mention this. It's kind of hard to base whether he excelled as a starter or off the bench. And it's obviously the numbers are skewed because a bunch of the games in his rookie season were off the bench. But
Yeah.
in a very, very small sample size, he averaged 15 points per game, 4.8 rebounds, 4.8 assists in only 4 games as a Spur as a starter. His best game was against the Pacers on March 21, 2026, where he dropped 24 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists in 28 minutes, shot 69% from the field in that game. So at least in that small sample size, there is something to say that he can excel as a bench player. But Rudy, how long can the Spurs, keep that going? Because fine, his sophomore season, come off the bench still. But if his star continues to project as rapidly as it is, he may force Mitch Johnson, the rest of the coaching staff, to say, you know what, you got to start. Should the Spurs consider starting him as soon as next season and bring out the triple-headed guard lineup?
I wanted to see that since the first year, his rookie season, when we saw him starting to emerge. I would have loved to see the Castle, Harper, Fox backcourt. I think that right
Mm-hmm.
there would have been a backcourt that would give the NBA a lot of trouble. Very quick, all 3
Mm-hmm.
guys can get to the rim, can shoot the ball. That would have been a deadly trio for the NBA had Mitch Johnson run that out.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of maybe expect to see that this season at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Those 3 guys on the court, if I'm not mistaken, they had a pretty good plus minus when they were playing.
Yeah, I'll get those numbers out real quick for you.
Yeah, I mean, you got 2 great ball handlers right there with Dylan Harper and De'Aaron Fox. Stephon Castle playing off the ball, probably his biggest strength right there. So, the thing with Dylan is that everybody knows he's a starter. I mean, he's going to be a starter, and he's saying what he's saying right now because, hey, he understands sophomore season. He may get a few starts here and there. He may get more starts than he did his rookie year. And that's okay. He's still learning and he's still grasping the game. And I would say by year 3, you're probably looking at him at being a starter because let's put it this way.
Mm-hmm.
It's not so much do or die, Jeff, but I mean, anything less than maybe a finals run, if this Spurs team is healthy, keyword healthy,
Mm-hmm.
if they're anything less than a finals run again with a healthy Spurs team, you're probably pulling the plug on De'Aaron Fox and moving Dylan Harper into that starting 5. Doesn't mean they get rid of De'Aaron, but it means, hey, De'Aaron, we may need to maybe cut back and maybe move back into a reserve role.
Well, interesting numbers here. So the 3-headed monster, Harper, Fox, and Castle last season didn't play that much. You said it right now. You said you want to see that more. They only played 20 minutes together.
Mm-hmm.
That was it of the entire NBA season. And that unit, that 3-man unit, is a minus 27.5. Again,
Wow.
only 20 minutes, though. So it
Yeah.
hasn't really got time to flourish. All right, fine. So the 3-headed monster didn't work. But Castle, Fox, Harper, Fox, Castle. You see where I'm going with the 2-man lineup is interesting though.
Mm-hmm.
So let's play a game with you, Rudy. What do you think was the best 2-man lineup between Harper, Fox, and Castle?
Harper and Fox.
Harper and Fox played 479 minutes together. That was a plus 9.4. The best was Harper Castle. 456 minutes, a plus 13.5.
Wow.
Interesting. So he excels better with Castle.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense. 2 young guys. They like to push the pace. I'd say that Fox can't. Both are slashers. Perhaps Castle creates more gravity for Harper to work. Who knows? But interesting, just Harper out there by himself as part of the big unit. Just him, his presence alone. No Fox, no Castle, just Harper out there with the rest of the guys. He's a plus 13.9
Yeah.
with that interesting unit. So again, a case for him to maybe to start. But the point is this is that he's okay coming off the bench. I project year 4. He has no the Spurs have no choice but to start him.
Well,
Can you
he's in
push
his
him?
contract year.
Exactly. He'll be in his contract year. But I mean, what do you think it'll take for the Spurs to push it and say, you know what, Castle, Harper, Vassell, one of you guys got to sit.
What is it going to take?
Yeah.
Oh my God. I
I
want
think
to
he
be
would just
that
have to
guy.
just explode on the scene next year.
Well, I don't want to be that guy, so please don't kill me. The most obvious answer is going to take an injury to get him on the court as a starter to one of the starting 5 guys, not named Wemby. I think that would probably be a quick way to get him onto the floor. Other than that, if he comes in averaging, off the bench, 17, 18 a game next year off the bench, I don't think that's enough to still get him into the starting 5.
Interesting.
This is where it separates. It's not what Dillon does; it's the team's performance. If the team gets off to a really bad start, then you can definitely feel like they're going to make a shakeup. Someone's going to get benched. They're going to insert Dylan Harper into that starting 5. So for me, it's not so much what Dillon does. It's more of what the team does. If the team comes back in first 20 games, they're like 16-4, they're still, hoeing and humming. They're not going to change anything. And that goes, to what we talked about a while ago with Tobias Harris and Julian Champagny. I think if you're looking at it on paper, the way the team starts is going to determine who gets in that starting 5. So more so with Harper, if the team starts off flat, 5-4, maybe 6-9 or something, then you may see them try a different lineup, and that's where I think Dillon would come in and say, "Okay, we're going to make you the starter." Let me ask you this part here: Do you move Stephon to the bench and move Harper and Harper and Fox in the backcourt, 2 ball handlers?
Man, that's a good
remember
question.
Stephon Castle turns the ball over a lot, and
he does.
If you look at, we call facts here. This isn't rage baiting like I was called a lot of times on other show here. This is not rage baiting. This is the fact here. The fact is, if you look at even Stephon Castle in his training off season, when he's tried to do, his ball handling skills, he still fumbles it, especially when he's guarded, by a double team. So if you have 2 ball handlers, Dylan Harper and De'Aaron Fox, that could be a really good starting 5 if you're adding Tobias Harris with, Wemby and Devin Vassell. So it's going to determine – what determines it, Jeff, is going to be how the team starts. If the team starts off hot, they're not going to make any type of adjustment.
Right.
Dylan's going to come off the bench. He's going to understand that the team's coming off hot. It's going to take for them to start off really slow. We've seen that in the past, man. I mean, you've seen coaching staff. Jerry Tarkanian came in, had a really good roster. I think 17 games in the season, they started off slow. They fired him, brought in John Lucas. That's the way organizations operate. If you start off slow, look at Pop, man. I mean, Pop was on the verge of losing his job. Yep. They had to make an adjustment, and they go on and win the NBA titles. So, I mean, they're going to make an adjustment based off of how they start. I don't think they start off very flat. So I expect them to fully be a reserve role this season.
Absolutely. All right. So just out of curiosity, so I inserted Harper as part of the starting unit, and I sat Castle on the bench. Now I'm going with the traditional lineup minus Castle. So I went with Fox, Vassell, Champagny, Wemby, Harper.
Okay.
So that unit was a plus 8.8. But they only played that unit only played 22 minutes together. Jeez. So now I'm going to reinsert Castle. Okay. And I'm going to take off Harper. All right. And I need to put in who am I missing? I'm missing somebody here. We have
Fox, Castle, Vassell, Julian, Wemby.
See, we got Wemby, Fox, Julian, Castle. Okay, there we go. It's just too skewed. That unit played 262 minutes together at a plus 17.4. So you still need to give it time to see how that cooks. And by the way, we got a new channel member, don't we?
Yeah, shout out to at ZQ48. Become a YouTube member. Appreciate you
We got
becoming a
two of them
YouTube
now,
member.
Rudy. We got two members
We got
now.
two, right? It's two more than we thought we'd have, right?
What do we got
um,
here? Sorry,
so
but
John is in here. So sorry, but starting does not mean the same as it did before 2010s. Now being a starter does not mean you're a star, just a prima donna title. Mitch Robinson was not a starter. Yeah, I mean, John definitely, brings the good comments in there, but I get what you're saying, but you think about it like this. Expanded, you only had 22 minutes with that first five or the
mm-hmm.
five that we talked about. And they were still what, a +8, +9
+8,
com-
yeah, +8.8,
plus,
yeah, +9, say
compared
+9,
to
yeah.
the original starter who has
Mm-hmm.
tons of minutes at only a plus what, 13? If
Mm-hmm.
you give that same five that we talked about starter minutes at the 400-minute range, I mean, you're probably looking at +14, +15, maybe a better
Mm-hmm.
percentage. So it's funny because we're trying to find the negatives, but we can't. It's a positive any way you look at it. So whether he starts or he doesn't, like kind of John said, it doesn't really matter if you're a starter anymore.
Yeah.
You're going to get your minutes regardless.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I think for now he's okay coming off that bench. Again, do you for the Spurs? Do you want to break or fix what's not broken? Again, this is what got them to the NBA Finals last year. Harper on the bench and Castle starting, Fox starting the regional suspects. So do you want to mess that up? Harper is aware in that interview he did with RG.org that he
Yeah.
got a chance to play in the NBA Finals in his rookie season. He appreciated that. He absorbed it. He soaked it all in. He was a big part of that. But my goodness, the way he played in the NBA Finals he was perhaps the most consistent Spur in the NBA Finals. And he was a pain
Yeah.
for the Knicks to handle.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know why he was out there in extended minutes sometimes, but hey, it's done and over with. My point is this. I think there's going to come to a point where the Spurs are going to have to put him in the starting unit. Would you be surprised if Mitch Johnson, or maybe you expect Mitch Johnson to play the three-headed guard lineup more next season?
I sure as hell hope so. I called for it
Yeah,
last season, and I would have loved to seen more of that three-guard lineup. I mean, it's quickness, it's shooting, it's
it's
getting to the
everything, man.
basket. I
Yeah.
mean, even defensively, all three guys are good defenders. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
De'Aaron Fox was leading the San Antonio Spurs in steals, averaging two
Yeah.
steals a game when he first got traded to San Antonio. Dylan Harper is an uncanny defensive player. He's
Yep.
great. Stephon Castle is one of the best up-and-coming defenders on the perimeter. So that three-guard lineup would be tremendous for San Antonio, and I would love to see more of it. And I love John's point here. He said, to me, the closing five is more important of a role than starter. That's 100% true right there, because
Mm-hmm.
no matter if you're a starter or not, if you're in the last five in the last closing minutes of the game, you mean more to that team than the other guys do, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
They have more trust and faith in you. But yeah, that three-headed monster is, I mean, that is a lineup that needs to be on the court
Mm-hmm.
more than just 20 minutes a game. So I'm gonna shoot Mitch Johnson a text message here and say you need
Do
to
that.
take
Do
our
that, Rudy.
advice ASAP, right?
All right. So fine. So we agree for now, Harper on that bench for now.
For now.
Maybe down the road, that'll change. But at least going into the new season, 26-27 season stays the same. All right, fine. But does he now create waves on the bench where he becomes the sixth man and Keldon gets pushed further down? What do you think about that?
I fully expect that. I mean,
Okay.
I think with what it was you had to rest Wemby early, and you're not going to
Mm-hmm.
replace Dylan Harper. You're not going to replace Wemby with Dylan Harper. So normally Cornette or Keldon would have been the first guy off the bench, to get Wemby those extra minutes of rest, because he was only averaging 28 minutes a game. They're not going to sub in De'Aaron Fox or Stephon Castle right away. But this season, definitely, I think that Dylan Harper is going to be, the sixth man of the year candidate. I think he actually has a really good opportunity of winning sixth man of the year candidate. And I'll be honest, Jeff, I don't think he actually has a chance of winning. I think he runs away with it, the sixth man of the year, if he continues to come off the bench for San Antonio. You saw averaging 18 points in an NBA Finals. I mean, a rookie averaging 18 points in an NBA Finals run for a team that overachieved last season. He has sixth man of the year written all over him before he becomes a starter. So, yeah, I mean, Keldon, he really kind of shot himself in the foot in that playoff, not just finals, in the playoff run that the Spurs had. I see him continuing his role. He's still going to get a good amount of minutes. He's still a focal and a vital point of this entire team in this season. But I think Dylan Harper is going to get more of the credit as that main guy coming off the bench.
Man, it just seems like you were talking about his Harper's stars rising, like is projecting upwards. It's like he's going to project himself out of the bench and into the starting lineup eventually. That's what it feels like.
I mean, why
But
not take advantage of the bench role now and win 6 man of the year before you become a starter? Because I mean, Jordan was never 6 man of the year.
that's
LeBron was
true.
never 6 man of the year. Get it out of the
I
way now.
can you think of a number 2 overall pick in the NBA draft that was coming off the bench? I can't. Usually all starters.
Darko Milicic.
Did he come
was
off the
number
bench in
2.
his rookie year?
Yeah, because remember that was a Bad Boys team that had Rasheed Wallace, Ben Wallace. I mean, that was the Bad
Okay.
Boys team coming off of a title run, I think, that
Yeah,
year.
that was Darko, man. He had bust
But
written all over it.
well, I mean, but he was the second pick, so
Yeah.
yeah, you'd have to go with that. Outside of that, golly, man, I'm
I
trying to
can't think of
throw.
anyone, no.
Yeah, I would say Darko Milicic is the first guy to come to mind. I was like, oh, well, Sam Bowie. Well, no, Sam Bowie was a starter
He was a
out in New
starter, yeah.
Jersey.
But
Yeah.
that just goes to Harper's maturity level. I know he's just still a kid, but for him to accept that role, because if he's in a starting role as a rookie, perhaps he runs away with the Rookie of the Year award. There's no question. Knippel,
Not with,
Flag,
not with San Antonio.
no,
He wouldn't
not
have
with
won
San
it.
Antonio. Yeah, no. But again, he has, even though he didn't get the Rookie of the Year, he still went a lot further than Flag and Knippel. You
He
got to
went-
NBA Finals.
Yeah.
He's already a conference champion over those two other guys. So he's on the right situation, the right team, and that's going to do well for his development moving forward. What are you expecting from him next season? Are you expecting like a jump or a big jump in numbers?
You're asking the wrong guy. Remember I said he was a superstar before we even heard about him.
You bought a Harper Spurs jersey before he was even drafted.
I bought a Harper Rutger jersey when I found out he was going to Rutgers. So, God, Jeff, because it's so hard when you look at his stats. It's like he only averaged 11 points last season. You know he's going to have a big jump in that. I say he's going to have a big leap. I don't know if it's going to be a jump. It's going to be a big leap. I fully expect him to get into that 16, 17 point per game average. I expect him to be up around maybe the 5-6 rebounds, 5-6 assists a game. He's probably going to put starter stats in role minutes. So that to me is a huge leap. It's a big leap for Dylan Harper. I don't expect anything less than 16, 5-5 at least, which increases everything. This is the stat that probably freaked me out more than anything when I looked it up, and I had a second look at another look at it. The kid shot 50% from the field. 50. For every 2 shots he took, he made 1.
Yep.
A rookie. I mean, that
I'll do you one even better. Just his 2-point shooting, 57%.
Yeah. I mean, he's at this pace, he's better than any Spurs point guard we'll ever have seen. At this point,
more so than TP?
Absolutely, Jeff. I mean, you have a former NBA player, a guy that we know very well, who's a good friend of ours, Derek Irvin, who said that Dylan Harper will go down as the 3rd best guard to ever play in San Antonio.
Wow.
That's coming from him. And I'm telling you right now, I mean, he's on track to be the best point guard we've ever seen in San Antonio history. And this is a role player right now, a reserve. When he starts getting those starter minutes, I've heard the comparisons from NBA players that we've talked to. I've heard the comparisons of Magic and Kareem. I've heard the comparisons, of tandems like that. So, I mean, I'm not hyping him up. He did that on his own. I'm just showing exactly what we're telling you is the facts. You can go look him up. But to know that he shot 56, 57% from inside the arc and 50% overall as a rookie for a season. What more do you want out of a rookie?
I can't believe you're going to say he's going to be even better than Miguel Knight.
Oh God. I don't know if you can go that far. Miguel Knight That's one to that's a former Spur that I think we have to give him his credit and his dues, man. I
But
mean,
hey, you know what? This is a great topic. And look, especially right now, it is the off season. But what do y'all
mhm.
think? Should Harper continue to come off the bench, or should the Spurs just go ahead and say, you know what? You're starting either in the 3-man or the 3-guard lineup next season, or Castle, Fox, Vassell. Maybe one of you guys got to sit.
Yeah,
Uh, what's wrong with sitting Champagne though? Or no, you are you? Is that a
that would
bad
be
because
for
you're that'd
Tobias.
be
That
for
would be for
Tobias, yeah.
Tobias. Now,
So
I
go
think
ahead.
you can go with Harper, Castle, Fox, Vassell, and Wimby. I think that would
Yeah,
now.
I think that could
Okay,
work.
so forget that. Let's squash that.
Okay.
If you want to start Harper, your ideal lineup is this: De'Aaron,
Mm-hmm.
Harper, Stephon, Wimby, and Tobias. 6'9", can
Mm-hmm.
play the power forward position. You move Devin and you move Julian
Mm-hmm.
to that second reserve unit. Now that starting five, Jeff, I think that would get the Spurs off to a really fast start. I
I'll
mean,
take it.
you lose 3-point shooting, but I mean, the better of the two shots is the inside the perimeter, which Castle can get to the basket. Fox
Yeah.
and Harper can get to the basket. If we can get Wemby to plant his, feet and cement him in the paint, nobody
Ain't
will
gonna
stop
happen.
him. Tobias Harris can get to the basket. You're
Yeah.
doing two things. You're getting the easy bucket and you're putting the other team in foul trouble.
It's a great topic. It's a great topic. We need to hear from you. What do you think about Harper? One, saying he's okay coming off the bench, but for how
Mhm.
long though do you think? Should he be a starter as soon as next season? Maybe half of next season?
Yeah.
Or somebody's got to sit. Let us know on X. Let Rudy know on X at the Sports Answer. Let me know on X at Jeff G Spurs Zone. By the way, super chats are open. If you feel generous, you don't have to, but if you are feeling generous, there's a little button down there. There's like a little dollar sign. Click on that. We definitely would appreciate a tip here. When we get back, catch up some Spurs news. A former Spur has called it a career, and subscriptions to watch local games. Yeah. You're not going to like it. Spurs fans are popping off right now on social media about it. Just wait and see. All right, that's coming up next right here on Spurs in Focus.
As your one and only leader, I order you to subscribe to Spurs in Focus. And all hail Cobra!
We are back right here on a live episode of Spurs in Focus, joined by Mr. Rudy Campos of the
Mhm.
Sports Answer. He is on X at the Sports Answer as he's taking a big swig of water. It's probably gin
Trust me,
water.
it's water. I need water. My daughter had me playing basketball in the heat yesterday. I'm
Yeah.
still dehydrated, so it's water.
Damn. Well, you're playing in the heat, man.
Outdoor court, man.
I go to this gym that is very hardcore. It's on the south side of San Antonio. There is
Mhm.
no AC. There is no ceiling fan. There is not even an industrial
This
fan.
guy,
It's just an
He-Man.
it's just a big shack with the door at the back. Well, one of those automotive doors,
Yeah, garage door.
open. That's it. That's all it is. I went for a workout session the other day. I came back, had a pounding headache from the heat. Just I went to bed with a headache. I woke up in the middle of the night with a headache. I woke up to go to work with a headache, all because it is just so hot. So basically, what you do is, so like if it's 100 degrees outside, you just
Yeah.
add 10 more degrees inside the gym, and it's that hot.
Woo.
You don't even need to warm up at the gym I go to. You just walk in and all right, I'm ready to go. Everything's all loosened up. Let's
Well, you
rock
can
and roll.
walk out like you were in the sauna. You're
Yeah,
done. The
yeah,
workout's
exactly.
done.
Exactly. All right, enough of that. We are talking all things silver and black. And now let's catch up with some Spurs news. Before we get into the bigger Spurs news topic, let's
Mhm.
give a quick shout out to former Spur Josh Richardson. Yeah, y'all remember him. He is calling it a career, Rudy. Let's go ahead and see what he had to say about it. And there it is. He posted this on social media, basically announcing his retirement because I always gave my best. That's why I can say this with no regret. I'm grateful to have been, be able to play, to love this game, and it loved me back as much as it did. It wasn't set up for me at my point in my career from high school, college, and the pros. I'm humbly worked my butt off every day to be the best I could be on my fans, coaches, teammates. I hope I left a good impression and a positive view of me. There it is, Josh Richardson calling it a career. Now, for those of y'all probably don't remember, he played for the Spurs. Well, he was part of the Boston Celtics Derek White trade. That's how he came to San Antonio back in 2022. Played 2 seasons with the Spurs. Then he got traded to the Pelicans in February 2023 for Devontae Graham and draft picks. And by the way, yes, the Spurs did give him a thank you video tribute when he came back to San Antonio as a Pelican. And they just hand those out like candy, man. they really do. But there it is. Good luck to you, Jay Rich. And continue on. I know, he's a DJ.
I did not know that.
Yeah, he does DJ work off to the side. Yeah.
Wow, career 11-point per game average with San Antonio. Did he ever get a mural? If he didn't get the mural, then I don't know if we can retire.
Oh, that is a good question. I don't think he did.
I want to say he did.
You know what? I think he did. I think you might be right.
I mean, he averaged 11 points a game. I mean, that's like 30 points a game in San Antonio when it comes to Spurs fans. So I mean,
and they hand out those things like crazy. The murals. They really do. All right. But I'm going to go with the sports answer look for this part of the section because Rudy likes to do these little squares for our segments here. So I'm going to try this now. See if I like it. All right. Let's continue moving on. Perhaps the biggest Spurs news. And no, it's not about on the court. It is off the court. Mm-hmm. For those y'all know this, and I think y'all do, FanDuel is no longer existing anymore. All right. So the Spurs, along with several other teams, do not have a local broadcast station.
Yeah.
All right. Now, the Spurs, along with a handful of other teams, I think it's the Grizzlies, the Cavaliers, the Wolves, the Pacers, those teams don't have a local broadcast home for next season. Mm-hmm. Now, for those y'all don't know, the NBA, Adam Silver, and blah, 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 they said that they're looking to create an NBA hub. All right. So a hub of streaming. So who likely is going to lead the charge for the NBA streaming hub? And that is DAZN, DAZN. According to the Sports Business Journal, DAZN is close to acquiring full exclusive broadcast rights to stream Spurs games in local market for next season, 2026-2027, following the collapse of FanDuel and that business there. This is part of the NBA's local streaming hub. Mm-hmm. Now, the Spurs, according to the Sports Business Journal, have not responded to that report, but nevertheless, there it is. That's what the Sports Business Journal is reporting, that DAZN will be the new hub for local sports. FanDuel, now it's going to be DAZN. So you might think, so what's the big deal? Well, Spurs fans do not like this at all. Why? Because their first reaction is another app. Because guess what? You still got to get Amazon Prime app. You still got to get the League Pass if you want to go that route. If their games are now on Peacock, and now you're going to have DAZN. So what are Spurs fans saying about this? Do we got to pay for the subscription? That was the first one. Another Spurs fan on X, Keegan Brown, he says, Spurs, can y'all create your own private network, please? You got another one from TAAS Scholar. I'm not going to pay for it. It's better off offered at no extra charge as a channel within my cable service, the way Fox, Southwest, Bally Sports, and FanDuel did. Another one, nah, better not. Never go to DAZN. Another one from Sham337, bro, WTF. This is from Rafiki8675309. Put a gif of a guy just exasperated and falling back in his seat. Another fan here from 210 Baller on X. No, not looking forward to this. Another one. Fans can watch games. You see where they're going this. Another one fan not happy about this bullshit. The other one. This is going to be expensive. Another $30 to $40 a month. Another one. Countdown City Geeks. We don't need to do that. You see where I'm going with. Spurs fans are not happy about this. Rudy, this is a pain in the you-know-what for the NBA, isn't it? There's just too much streaming services that fans got to watch just to watch their favorite league/local team. Your thoughts?
I don't like the DAZN at all. I used to have it for boxing. I used to watch a lot of boxing and covered some boxing too. And it was great at the time, but as the years went on, it just kind of was bad. I didn't like it anymore. Got too expensive, and it didn't really want to pay, the subscription for it anymore. Because really all it was just for boxing is all it was for me. So they offer other stuff, other sports and stuff like that. But it wasn't anything that I was ever interested in too much, other than darts. I'm a big dart fan. If anybody, so that was on the zone for a long time. I agree with a lot of the fans. It's a bad idea to add another streaming app. So, the NBA is all about revenue. They all always want to make the big money. I get it. We signed a $20 billion deal with TNT and ESPN, all this other stuff. Okay, I get that. What is the point of NBA League Pass if you can't get your own team locally? I mean, the NBA needs to relook at that and say, you know what? We have a brand new NBA League Pass app where if you pay if you think about it, Jeff, I would rather pay $30 a month for an NBA League Pass app, and I get every single game from every single NBA team. I don't get any blackouts for San Antonio. I don't get any blackouts wherever I'm at. I literally am paying $30 a month for the entire season, and I get every single game. If you want to charge me $45 a month for every NBA game, I'm okay with that because I'm getting my money's worth and I'm not getting any blackouts. And you know what? Screw it. Even to offer it as the national, you can get rid of the national games. Well, this game's going national. It's on Prime. It's on this. It's on that. Okay, I'm okay with that because I have that on my cable station. I'm okay with that. But if it's Amazon Prime, then you know what? It still goes on the NBA League Pass app. But they're not going to do that. They don't want to cut ties with Prime or anybody like that. They're getting paid way too much money.
They just did the deal.
I mean, so it makes no sense to do it that way, but that is the smartest way. Why? The NBA can keep all that money in-house. It's all bonus money for them. So why not do it? But I don't like the zone. I haven't liked it for a few years now. It sucks because I use YouTube TV. I don't get FanDuel. I don't think I get Fox Southwest. I have to look at it again. So you almost have to go to another cable service to get certain channels, but you lose these channels. So it's a big mess. I wish we could go back to the days of, Paragon Cable where you got every channel.
Pay-per-view, remember? You used to pay pay-per-view Spurs games.
I don't even want to pay pay-per-view. I'm already paying for everything you need to watch it, and that's kind of terrible. So, yeah, I would say definitely a horrible, horrible idea.
Yeah, it is a bad idea. Yeah, it's just another. I didn't even mention HBO Max. HBO Max shows Spurs, which is NBA games as well. So if you think, okay, I can go through HBO Max, but you still get blacked out, though.
Yeah.
There's got to be an easier way. I think Adam Silver is dropping the ball on this, man. I think we should do is if you have a League Pass, just show the games there. League Pass is really expensive itself already. Just add another $50 if you want to see your local game. Something, then have it down to one app. But money talks, man. I mean, the NBA wants that Amazon Prime money. They want that Peacock money. They want HBO Max money. They want all that, Rudy.
The problem is like it's weird because they want all the money and everything like that. But right now, NBA League Pass, I want to say it's like $400, $500 for the entire season.
Yeah.
And you pay for it, monthly on your subscription, but it's not worth it. I mean, you're a Spurs fan, you want to see NBA games, but yet you're gonna miss all the games that are in San Antonio. So if you live in San Antonio and you're like, I was going to get League Pass, okay, no biggie. But if you don't have those channels that show local games, like say if it was DAZN, and you can only get the local games on DAZN without getting blacked out, you got to go spend another $30 for DAZN to get local games. So it's a huge mess, dude. And as big of a company that the NBA is, they got to figure something. It's sports in general, dude. I mean, I used to have the NFL Sunday ticket, and I watched every single game. And you got blacked out in certain things, but those channels that I was blacked out on, those games were on, local Fox TV and stuff like that. So I had those games. I wasn't having an issue with those games, but the NBA seems to just fumble in everything. And you mentioned Adam Silver, by far, probably one of the worst commissioners we've ever seen. I mean, he's grown the game, but he hasn't done anything at all. The players are the ones that, are dictating a lot of the stuff. Oh, hey, you want to take an extra step? All right, well, let's throw in the gather. Do you want us to call travel? No, we won't call travel. Do we
Yeah.
want to call flagrant fouls? Oh my God, LeBron caught a finger to the eye just on an accident.
Yeah.
You're going to be suspended for 10 games for hurting LeBron. He's done a lot more to ruin the game than anything else, but this is another thing that's just ruining the game, and it has to do with streaming. I mean,
Yeah.
we should be able to watch every game if you're going to be paying for an app.
Mhm. Yeah, I agree with you. And yeah, this is out of control. And it's already bad enough that the Spurs tickets to go watch games live at
Oh,
the
God.
Frost, they're getting
Don't
more
get me-
expensive.
Don't get
More
me started on
expensive.
that. Don't
So
get
you're
me
thinking
started
like,
on that.
well, it's okay. I'll just stay home and watch games. How many subscriptions do I have to buy just to catch a local game? So, I mean, look, there is a way to. I mean, you can't do League Pass. Sure, there are local TV stations that have some local Spurs games, but again, they don't carry
Mhm.
all of them at all.
Yeah.
Fans can say, "Well, I got the radio." Okay, yeah, but it's just not the same experience of it. It's great if
Don't-
you're on the road or you're busy. It's fine, but
I would say don't get me started on Frostbank tickets. I looked some up just preseason, Jeff. Preseason. Everything is sold out preseason, with the exception
good
of the
lord,
upper.
for real?
Look it up, Ticketmaster. Everything is sold out with the exception of Nosebleed, and even at Nosebleed, it's still like $60-something.
Yeah,
So I'm like, it's crazy, and I bet you a lot of these are people that bought them early are going to resell them for a high dollar. So the experience of NBA basketball, yes, I enjoyed last season a whole lot. I really enjoyed the season. I enjoyed watching it, but it's really starting to irk a lot of people because you can't have an in-game experience anymore. It's costs. I mean, it's damn near a house payment, for a lot of people to go to an NBA game now. You have to choose. Well, do we want to, I know I get it, well, you just go make more money. People can say that. Well, that's not an option, a lot of times to go make more money, when you have bills and stuff that you got to pay for. So the NBA experience is great, but if you're able to afford it, and a lot of fans get priced out from the actual sitting in the arena, and I'm going to be honest, a lot of fans may be priced out actually watching the games live on TV.
You're priced out in person. You're priced out on TV. You're
Mhm.
priced out on subscriptions. You're priced out everywhere, and the fan is feeling the pinch.
Yeah.
But can you imagine when the new arena is built downtown? How much those tickets are going to go for? Just to pay the rent downtown, just the rent itself.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, Adam Silver did add the play-in tournament, which is the biggest gimmick I've ever seen. I don't like the play-in.
You don't like it?
No,
It's gotten better over the years.
I don't like the play-in. I mean, sure, let me be the 10th seed in the NBA and get an opportunity to make the playoffs because I've sucked almost all season already. No, just take the top 8 teams, or better yet, put all the teams in one conference and you take the top 16. That's it.
Done.
I mean,
Mix and match.
if you get 10 teams from the West, or you get 10 teams from the West, who cares? The play-in tournament is just more money that Adam Silver wants in his pocket. More, he thought, oh, this is gonna be great for the league. It's gonna make eyes. Didn't do anything. It's a crock. I don't like the play-in tournament. I don't even like the in-season tournament. That's terrible too.
Would you, if the Spurs won the in-season tournament, would you want them to put a banner up?
You've asked me before, and I'm not going to change my answer. No, don't even recognize it.
That's embarrassing.
Don't even recognize it.
Remember when the Lakers did it and they got made fun of badly?
I'm gonna make, yeah, I remember that, and I'm gonna make it as graphic but less graphic as you could possibly do on Spurs in Focus. And the only excitement should be like when your little boy goes potty in the toilet for the first time, and you get excited like, yes, you did it, and then you're done with the excitement. That's it. Experience over. Congratulations, Spurs. You won the in-season tournament. Let's move on. That's it. I don't need a banner. I don't need rings. I don't even need a trophy. Leave the trophy in Vegas. Who gives a damn? Just leave everything there and get it over with. It's just a terrible idea.
Did the Knicks do a banner when they won it? I don't think they did.
I have no idea, but if they did, that's horrible, man. Come on.
Yeah, you don't do that.
It's a fake banner.
All right. Well, before we go into our last news bite, if you have your thoughts and like to share them on another app likely coming your way just to watch local Spurs games, The Zone, let us know. Rudy on X at The Sports Answer. Me on X at Jeff G. Spurs on. Your final news bite here before we get to your comments. Wimby, before he made a trip to France to do a ribbon cutting ceremony in France of a new court in his hometown there, not hometown, Nanterre, France, where he used to play pro ball overseas. He was in Katy, Texas, training with Tobias Harris, Fox. I think Rashard Lewis was out there. Where he was just getting some burn with his teammates, right? Well, he took time out to play soccer with a bunch of kids out in Katy, Texas, and y'all saw the video clip. He's going for a goal. He slips, he falls, and his leg bends backwards. It buckled. Rudy, should he be playing soccer?
Oh, why do you ask me this?
This off season?
Fans already hate me, and you want to ask me this. I can't say yes, and I can't say no. I think it's clearly up to him whether he wants to do whatever he wants to do. He's under contract, so he can't technically do something that's going to void that contract.
I think he did, in my opinion, with that stuff.
Well, so he wasn't going hardcore on the pitch. I'm okay with that. It's just one of those things where if the grass is a little bit wet, you're going to probably slip and fall. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. It's just kind of one of those, eek, I'm glad you didn't get hurt type of things, but you may want to be a little bit more careful. But it plays into that topic that we had last week on the debate on your show and then on our show at the Sports Answer was, we asked, is this the only time he'll see a Supermax deal? Because when this is done, it's 8 years in the league. And remember, NBA history says a player of his height doesn't play more than 10 seasons. So, I mean, Mark Eaton and Rudy Gobert are the only two guys that are playing long careers and at that height. None of those guys are out playing soccer, and Mark Eaton wasn't playing for his national team at all. So, I mean, he's not taking summers off. He's going out, he's playing soccer.
He's going to play in August for France this August.
Playing 4 games in August for Team France. He's not taking any breaks. So, I would think the soccer incident is concerning, but I'm okay with it. I think the Spurs saw it and were like, hey, you kind of maybe want to chill a little bit, don't go doing that too much. It did look painful. I'm not going to lie. It did look painful, but
it did look painful.
More than anything, I'm just glad he's okay. But again, man, you're the prized possession. You're probably going to be, if not already, the face of the league. Don't do things that are going to put you in jeopardy of tearing something or, making your career shorter than what it's already predicted to be. So, please take care of yourself, man. Go back in the mountains where you were last season. I mean, you didn't do anything up there soccer wise or anything. Just you were there with the monks, man. So just go chill. You love to read. Go read books. Come on.
Rudy, what are the fans talking about right now before we get to our final segment, little nerd out?
All right, so John's in here. Darth Odium says, sorry about all the drama about Harper comes from Spurs fans. I believe Fox was the reason for the Spurs losing and looking bad in the NBA Finals. Far from the truth. Fact, the team got there too early. What I've been saying, dude, that team overachieved, brother.
Everybody, even former coaches, Sean Sweeney said the team overachieved.
Yeah, they overachieved. So there's no blame on Fox. If you're blaming on Fox, you're just a bitter Spurs fan, and you don't know ball. What the kids say, you don't know ball.
Rudy, I thought you don't know ball.
I don't.
That's what everybody tells you.
I don't know ball. I know nothing about basketball. That's why you always have me weekly on this show, all the time. Sorry, but starting does not mean the same as it did before the 2010s. We talked about that earlier. The closing 5 is the most important. Trade Fox, Castle, and Harper and sign the greatest basketball player of all time, Bronny James.
Pass on that.
The Dream came off the bench. I think he's right because Ralph Sampson was the center in Houston.
I thought they started the Twin Tower movement.
We got to look deep into that. I wonder if Hakeem Olajuwon did start or came off the bench.
I'll never forgive Rockets letting him walk and put it on a Raptors jersey. That didn't look right at all.
End of the career, man. They don't want to play, but the Rockets had to move on. Happened to Patrick Ewing. He went to Seattle. I mean, it happened to a lot of guys at the end of his career. This is about the Josh Richardson. He said he did have a mural on the Fiesta over on Flores.
Oh, that was at the Rudy's Seafood. Yes, I think you're right. Yes, he did have one.
I want to say
definitely right. He did
have one. And Wesley Perkins says, "What's up,
Wesley? What's up, Wesley?"
The NBA stars are complaining about taxes or whatever on poor communities that allow the leagues to make its fans pay $75 a month. This is why the fans like me hate the NBA. NBA fans are going to riot, dude. They are definitely going to riot because they're getting priced out of everything. I'm in Mexico. I have NBA League Pass, and I appreciate being able to catch practically all the games. A different country, you're going to catch every game.
Oh yeah, countries.
It's the people in San Antonio and surrounding areas that get blacked out from NBA League Pass stuff when they're local. If you're in San Antonio and prefer NBA League Pass, get a VPN. You should be good. I've heard about that, but I'm not smart enough to do any of that stuff. Yeah, he did add the play-in tournament for Adam Silver. Problem solve, order all the apps and send the bill to Adam Silver and LeBron James. I'll do that. I'll do that in a heartbeat. In season only worthwhile if you win the NBA title like the Knicks. I guess, yeah, they won the NBA in-season tournament and the NBA finals. I guess that's a successful season. I can go with that. Perry's in here. Yo, Jeff and Rudy, great job. Enjoy the breakdowns. Appreciate you, Perry.
Yep.
Thank you for joining us in on Spurs in Focus. No, Wemby show not being playing soccer, but I would love to see Wemby get in a wrestling ring. AEW versus Wemby versus Will Ospreay. No, man. Wemby in the wrestling ring, that would definitely not happen. Rudy's a Tar Heel, so Rudy don't know ball. There you go.
You don't know ball, Rudy. You don't know ball. All right. Well, thank you for those comments, everybody. Do it on another one. I saw another one popped in.
No,
nope,
I got nothing.
We're caught up. We're caught up.
We're
okay.
all caught up.
All right. We'll appreciate y'all leaving those comments as always. I know it's the slow period of the NBA season, Spurs off season. I know. It's going to get better. Just about 2.5 months ish. So, but hey, we'll talk about Wemby playing the France in a few weeks. All right. Rudy, you want to get a little nerdy?
Sure.
All right, Mr. Campos. I had the fortunate luck, I should say, to get an entire advanced screening of season 2 of Batman Cape Crusader. I had a chance. Yeah.
I haven't watched it.
Amazon Prime was kind enough to say, you know what? You're a nerd. Well, you can watch the entire season before it came out. So I was under an embargo for about a month and a half-ish. I couldn't say anything. I finished it like in about 2 days. So first of all, if you have never seen season 1, Rudy, I highly recommend it.
Okay.
It pays homage to the Batman, the animated series in the 90s, which is just a masterpiece. So it pays homage to that. You have the same artists that created those characters in the Batman, the animated series. He's back to create these characters, Batman and everything. But what's unique about this new Batman Cape Crusader is the take on the villains. So I'll give you an example. The Mad Hatter.
Okay.
He's not a short little guy, with that mechanical device, the card to mess with your head.
Yeah.
It's a woman, and she's a talk show host, and her name is Mad Hattie. I'll give you another example.
Oh wow.
Here's another example. Riddler. The Riddler in season 2, he's not the guy that says riddles and everything like that. He's a gangster, and he's an up-and-coming gangster, and just his hallmark is a question mark whenever he kills somebody. He just shoots a question mark, like, who did it? Who did it? Kind of like that. And that's it. All right? Even Batman, he doesn't dominate every episode. He's more of a detective. And also, Mr. Freeze, he's not the mechanical mech guy, that has to be frozen all the time or he dies. You know what he is? He's a guy who runs a cleaning service. So if you murder somebody, he comes and cleans up the evidence for you. All right. Now he has like a mechanical voice because he has some issues with his voice, but they do different takes on the villains, which I find refreshing. So season 2 came out and it picks up a lot of the same vibe as season 1. First of all, my review is this. And see, I put it on your screen here. It's a very dark series. All right. This is not for kids. They show murders. They cuss. They do a lot of stuff there that parents should not let their kids watch. I'll leave it at that.
Okay.
But perhaps the biggest difference that I like this season, is the Joker. The Joker did not appear in season 1 of the Cape Crusader. He now appears in season 2. And it's kind of a slow burn leading up to him. Every episode leads like a clue, like who's doing this, and it's obviously Joker because the clues are obvious. It's a playing card, it's a clown, blah blah blah. But what was refreshing is they did a take on the Joker. I'm not going to ruin it for y'all. That it's never ever been seen in TV, in movies, or in graphic novels. This is a very unique Joker. I highly recommend you go check it out. Again, as you see on your screen here, Gotham is cruel. It's not for kids. Now, are there drawbacks? Yes. The season does drag. There's some times where like, why do we have this episode? Like, there's no need for this one. You know, it's a slow burn, but it's a very, very good drawn out crime show. It makes you feel like you're watching a crime drama.
Okay.
So, and again, like I said, Bats doesn't dominate the episodes. It's very well balanced. It could be a show just all about Riddler. And by the way, Riddler is brutal. He's not the goofy guy laughing. No, he is brutal.
Okay.
He is just mean. You got to check it out. Batman Cape Crusader. It finally came out right there. By the way, the voice acting is superb. It feels like you're not even watching an animated show. It is just, the acting is just jumps through the screen when you're watching it. But Rudy, my question in this nerd segment for you is this.
Sure.
Are we getting Batman burnout? Like, how much more Batman series and TVs and cartoon shows can they make? Because another one is coming up soon, and that is Nightfall. Nightfall is finally going to make its animated debut. And that is, which I think Bane was brilliant.
Yeah.
I had to beat the Bat. I mean, I thought that was just a high IQ level to take out Batman. But do you think we're going to get Batman burnout, or no? Because he's just an iconic character.
Well, so just by you describing this Cape Crusader series, if they can continue to go this route, so I'll say no if they continue to go this route. And I think this is what I think is that we've already, and I know because John's a really big nerd like we are. Yeah. He loves comics and everything. I'll get to his comment in a second here. If they can, so this is what I want to see, Jeff. I want to see them reinvent the wheel. Similar
they reinvent the wheel and
that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Similar to what they did on this show, which I'm going to go watch now. Similar to what they did, reinvent the wheel. We know the story about Batman from the comics. It's told in the movies. Every time they make a new Batman movie, his parents get killed in the battle. It's all the same stuff. You can't change away, from the ways that it already is. Same thing with Superman. We've seen Superman X number of times out of the stuff. So I understand that completely. If they continue to reinvent the wheel for Superman, give us a brand new take that we've never seen before, Batman, Justice League, all that stuff, then I think you can actually probably take it to the next tier for comics and for, cartoon movies, stuff like that. So I think that we're not getting burnout. I think it's just the fact of it's like, well, what is your take on his parents dying? What is your take on the Joker? Are we going to get the clown prince that we're used to? Are we going to get the gangster clown prince that Jared Leto put on? Are we going to get, the Heath Ledger dark side of Joker that we saw? The comical aspects of Mark Hamill. I mean, you always get the same style, and they try to reinvent one character, reinvent the entire world of Batman like they're doing. So if they continue to do that, then I have no reason to believe that we can't continue with more Batman stuff.
Yeah, they reinvented the wheel for the most part in Cape Crusaders. Now there's some stuff that's kind of same old. Commissioner Gordon's there, Batgirl, same old thing there. But it's the take on the villains, and it's just so unique. And I'm telling you, the moment you see how they reinvented the wheel of the Joker. You thought they couldn't. Yeah, they found a way to do that. And it's a way that it's portrayed that I've never, ever seen before. And it is menacing. Like you have no idea. And I thought that was brilliant what they did.
We got a Knicks fan in here. It says, damn, Spurs down bad, LOL. Yeah, well, we actually talked all Spurs already. This is the
this is the nerd segment. You cut over the last segment here.
I mean, go ahead and rewind it. But no, we're not. we're not down bad, man. Enjoy the title because
Yeah.
probably 53 years before y'all get another one.
But going back to Cape Crusader, yeah, I highly recommend it. Y'all go check it out. It's available right now on Prime. It is superb series. It's already in season 2, so you will have a great binge party, with season 1 and season 2. Again, I'm warning y'all now. There are some episodes that just are a slog. You're like, okay, where are we going with this? Like, come on, let's hurry it up.
Yeah.
But the payoff is tremendous. It's tremendous. I'll give you another different take that they did. Scarecrow. Is that a scarecrow? It's there's a name for it. I don't remember it, but I remember back in France, back in the day when the Black Plague was hitting them, and they used to wear these masks that look like crow's beaks. They look like beaks.
Oh yeah.
Goggles. Yeah. Like that's how they portray him, like in a different mask. He's not dressed up as a scarecrow with the hay and the hat. He's dressed up like that. They just do different takes on the villains.
Yeah.
And what I also like about it too is Batman is vulnerable. He's not Mr. I can fight you and I'm gonna beat you up. No, he gets wrecked a few times. He gets handed a few times.
That's a good thing. I mean,
yeah,
the perfect superhero is the one that can get wrecked. I think that's why Batman, I think, is one of the best, if not the best.
Yeah, exactly.
No superpowers. That's perfect.
Yeah. By the way, you looking forward to Nightfall?
I am. I'm looking forward to it.
Be great.
I did. Real quick nerd segment. I did. I rewatched Mortal Kombat 2 recently, and I think I enjoyed it the second time around more than the first time. And I liked it the first time. But what about that clip I sent you earlier about Blanca Ryu?
It looks too CGI-y.
It does,
I know it's a creature. Like you can't make a person that huge as Blanca and green and electrical powers, but it looked a little too CGI-y. It looked weird.
It has to be CGI. I mean, but what I liked about it was literally every move I saw in the game.
I didn't like how Momoa did the voice though. I didn't like Momoa's voice.
Yeah, I think Blanca's gonna come. He's gonna come off too comedic, I think is what it is.
I don't like that.
I don't mind it. I mean, so I think you and I have that thoughts of like, man, we don't like this, and then like Jared Leto did with Skeletor, it was like, holy cow, okay, I'm okay with that. Yeah. I'm okay with that. And John made a good point. I don't know if you read the latest Absolute series from DC.
I've been wanting to, man.
But he said the series is based on the newest run of DC Absolute.
If I heard about Absolute, I don't think it's based on it. I think it's more based on Batman the Animated Series back in the 90s. It pays homage to it. And it's like you're almost watching Batman the Animated Series back in the 90s. It feels like that. But going back to the Blanca and Street Fighter, I'm looking forward to it. I am looking because it seems to me they're going to give us the anime fight between Vega and Chun-Li. They do that, and then my money that it pays for itself. I'm happy to pay the bill for that ticket. But I want them to be anime accurate. There's got to be anime accurate, So it looks like they're going to give us that fight, and I like the fact that they're playing on the fact that it is stupid. It is just stupid. They're not trying to.
It's a game. It's a game.
They're not trying to hide it and make it look like, oh no, we're sophisticated Street Fighter. No, they're playing into the stupidity of it. A green guy with electrical powers.
Yeah, and I hope it goes the route of Mortal Kombat 2 because you had nonstop fighting in Mortal Kombat 2. Like if you were actually playing the game, you saw the way that it was like fight after fight after fight after fight. Then it had slow parts, but then it was fight. I hope Street Fighter is the same way. You get this tournament going, and it's just one match after another. That's what I want to see. That's what I'm hoping for. It comes out in October, man. I'm excited for it.
Yeah, there's Street Fighter. I'm still looking forward to watch. I'm looking forward to Lanterns. I think Lanterns is going to be great.
Lanterns is going to be one of the best DC shows. Period. So. And for those of you that made the old Sweep the League logo was based off of Street Fighter. So
there you have it. Look at that Street Fighter homage there. But I'm looking forward to Lanterns. Looking forward to Street Fighter. I was looking forward to Supergirl until I saw the reviews and how it bombed. Just horribly.
I think it was bad, but it wasn't as bad as I thought it was. I went in with low expectations, and I was fine with it. one last take from the Spurs stuff. If it was not for the shows like what you guys have done, many
There you
fans would
go.
not have interaction with the Spurs. So thank you. Let's give it up for me.
Appreciate it, buddy.
Appreciate that, John.
And
Thank you.
especially too, because the fact that it is the NBA offseason, it is slow
Yeah.
right now.
I'm working on getting former Spurs to this show as well as Sports Answer. So if I can do that, then we'll have some uptick on some, Spurs shows and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
By the
yeah,
way, going back to Mortal Kombat, I did like the fact that whenever they fought, it looked like one of the stages in the video game.
yeah.
Like, remember in the background, it'll be like a portal moving around and
Yeah.
like buildings in the back, and then like the main stage, and they fight. I thought that was pretty unique. I also like the fact that they were brave enough. I mean, look, it's already been out for a while, everybody. They kill off main characters. I mean, they smashed a guy in the face and ended
Cole
him.
Young, which is not even a
Cole.
character in Mortal Kombat. So I'm kind of glad they got rid of him.
Part of me thinks like maybe the actor wanted that to die so he can move on with his career. Like, yeah, just kill me. So I don't get stuck in this labeled as, oh, you're the Mortal Kombat guy.
It's funny
he was the villain in Cobra Kai too in the last season. That same actor was the villain.
Oh yes, he was.
He was the villain in Cobra Kai in the last season.
Why did I think when you said Cobra Kai, my head went right to G.I. Joe? Like he was in Cobra? No, and then I said, wait, Cobra Kai. Yeah. All right, that's me. I'm tired, man. So that's me right there.
Yeah. But other than as far as movies are concerned, I think we're running out already. I think there's still Street Fighter left. Small screen Lanterns. I think Lanterns going to do great.
Doomsday's coming out at the end of the year.
Doomsday.
Which on the I'm not hyped for Doomsday at all.
I'm hyped for Nightfall. I think Nightfall will be good.
Well, like Doomsday, I actually may even wait till it streams.
I don't want to blame you.
I
mean, Supergirl's already available to stream already.
Yeah, but
it's crazy how fast they come out now.
I would go in with more expectation for Doomsday than I did Supergirl, and I'm okay with Supergirl. I just don't think they told the story right from from the comic book. It would have been better if they did, but I'm okay with it. It's just introducing. At least you got Lobo, so we now Lobo's a part of the DCU. But Doomsday, it just feels so crappy. I'm not looking forward to it. I really am. Right now, I'm kind of like, it is what it is. I mean, I'm not looking forward to it right now.
Yeah. I mean, the summer of the nerd is winding down already, but so far so good. So far so okay. I mean, Master Universe was good. Skeletor has been the hit so far. Grogu was kind of Grogu was kind of Mando and Grogu was Disney Plus. Yeah, maybe should have been there. I don't think it was that type of movie was ready for the big screen.
Well, Masters of the Universe got a lot of hate, and it was not a bad movie. It was
not a bad movie.
It was a good movie.
They realized they have stupid names and they played into it. All right. I mean, Fisto,
and they were cartoon accurate. Like they even Roboto. I mean, okay.
At the end,
at the end. But other than that, I mean, you're talking cartoon accurate. Danny Fry's G.I. Joe movie. I think Danny McBride, wasn't it?
Danny McBride, yeah.
Danny McBride's G.I. Joe movie. So I like his concept. I like it. I don't know if he can make it happen though.
Jeez.
To me, he's too much of a comedian.
I know what movie I'm looking forward to seeing that's coming out.
Which one?
Transformers the movie re-release.
Oh God, yeah,
it's coming out in September, but supposedly they're adding more scenes, like another scene that had never been released before.
We get the side view of Optimus Prime dying, though.
Well, something about his death is going to be shown. So
I can.
But we hear they're on the apology tour right now, apologizing to all his kids had to suffer through that trauma.
I didn't see that. Don't apologize to me.
They're an apology tour right now, saying they're sorry for what they put us through when we saw Prime bite it.
Kleenex is they made a lot of money off of us kids with all those tissues we had to buy from Optimus Prime dying.
I still remember where I saw it. I saw it at Century South Theater on Southwest Military Drive. It was an afternoon show. I remember even wearing a Optimus Prime t-shirt. Right. And this is back in the day, everybody, back when 80s rocked. I think the 80s were the last greatest generation ever. My parents, as a kid, dropped me off there and left. They just said, you go watch on your own. And I did. And I sat through that theater. Sat in that showing, coming out like, what did I just see? It wasn't just Prime getting it. We us kids, we saw our favorite heroes get massacred.
Yeah.
It wasn't funny. It wasn't just like, oh yeah, a little like they're dead. No, we saw Prowl get burned from the inside out.
Mm-hmm.
We saw Ratchet get shot up like he's Swiss cheese.
Yeah.
We saw the carcasses of Autobots. I mean, and then, let's just top it off. Let's kill off the greatest leader, the Optimus Prime.
Yeah. But Spawn needs a remake. They're actually remaking Spawn, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I saw Transformers. I don't remember what the name of it was, but it was the one off of 410 across from Malibu.
Oh, that was Northwest.
It was Northwest at the time?
It was Northwest 14.
Okay. Northwest 14. That's where I saw it. I saw it at Northwest 14.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I know it was over there. Back when Chelsea's was at South Park Mall.
I remember Chelsea's. I remember it had that lime green kind of motif to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then John is in here saying a nude scene by RC. I don't know if I want to see RC.
Isn't she technically nude all the time? Technically nude all the time?
I mean, she doesn't have any clothes on. None of them have clothes on.
No,
so.
all of them are nude. Yeah.
All right, man.
All right, we're out of here. All right, everybody. That was your nerd segment here on Spurs and Focus. And why? Because it is the off season and the Spurs are just kind of quiet right now. But nevertheless, hey, what do y'all think about the Spurs topics? And if you want to chime in on the nerd topic as well, what do you about Dylan Harper continuing to be a bench player? He said he's okay with it, but based on his rookie season, do you say, nah, he's got to be the starting lineup or continue coming off the bench? Let us know. Also, the Spurs news, where do you stand with another app coming to watch local games? Are you okay with Wemby playing soccer in the middle of the summer out there? Let us know what you think. Let Rudy know on X at The Sports Answer. Talk about the answer.
Yeah, so the answer, you can catch myself and Derek Gervin, part of Answer Now TV. It's a Sports Answer. We do a Thursday or Friday show. The Friday drive or the Thursday night delight, either one. One of us can't make it. 99% of the time, you'll be able to see Jeff Garcia filling in as host. So, yeah, we talk a bunch of NBA. NFL season's right around the corner, so we're going to be making our NFL Super Bowl picks like we always do. We don't ever wait until the season starts. We don't even wait for training camp half the time. We made our picks about a month ago, but we're going to revisit that whole thing, see if our picks stay the same. NFL talk. MLB's coming up a little bit more now. And we just got a whole lot more. We're talking about old-time NBA players now in the NBA offseason. So, be sure to join us on the Sports Answer over on Answer Now TV.
Follow Rudy on X at The Sports Answer. Rudy, thank you again for taking time out of your schedule to join us here on Spurs in Focus. Everybody else, we thank you all for making Spurs in Focus your first and only spot for all things San Antonio Spurs. Ignore the rest. Unsubscribe to those other shows. You want to only subscribe here to Spurs in Focus on YouTube, YouTube Music, Amazon Podcasts, Spotify, iTunes. The list goes on and on. Go subscribe right now. We have a Substack, Spurs in Focus Substacks. There you can catch up on the latest Spurs news, what's going on with the Silver and Black, all that and more at Spurs in Focus Substack, completely free. Go sign up right now. We'll be back next week on Monday as the slow period of the Spurs off season continues. But hopefully we'll have some stuff to chat about for your Monday. So for Mr. Rudy Campos, I am Jeff Garcia, and now you're in focus with Spurs in Focus.